What's up, YouTube? What is up, channel? What is up, everyone? Thank you for coming back to this channel again. Thank you for coming back to read another section of the book, A Course in Miracles with me. I'm back. I am your liaison for spiritual truth. You're happy to be here reading with you, for you, to you. Spiritual insight, spiritual truth, transformative text from the book, A Course in Miracles. Today, I am back, again, like I said, with Chapter 8, Section 5, The Undivided Will of the Sonship. And, like I said, I'm happy to be back to read this one. Having just read The Gift of Freedom and having really felt that personally within myself, that section really stood out to me, really resonated with me, the gift of freedom. This next section, though, the undivided will of the sonship, sounds to me like how I'm always like, we are united, we're one, we're not separate, but we only think of ourselves as separate. We're not separate, we're all united, we're all one, right? This is what this title sounds like to me, the undivided will of the sonship, because we're all a part of that. So let us jump into this and see what it actually says, okay? But before I do that, before I jump into it, if you're just joining this channel, if you're just jumping into this video, I'm Joseph. I'm your reader for the book, A Course in Miracles. I read one of these sections every day, as close to every day as I can. And I thank you for being here now to listen to this, like I said, this spiritual insight, this transformative text. I thank you for being here. Pat yourself on the back for being here for yourself, for receiving this. If you haven't already, got yourself a copy of this book. I'm not sponsoring it. I don't get any what is it called, gratuities or royalties from this book. I highly do recommend this book, A Course in Miracles. Okay? Like I said, if you're just joining this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can catch the next one. Hit that like and share this video too with someone who you believe may benefit from this spiritual insight, this transformative text. Okay? Let's get into this undivided will of the sonship. Can you be separated from your identification and be at peace? Question. Disassociation is not a solution. It is delusion. The delusional believe that truth will assail them and they do not recognize it because they prefer the delusion. Judging truth as something that they do not want, they perceive their illusions which block knowledge. Help them by offering them your unified mind on their behalf, as I'm offering you mine on behalf of yours. Alone we can do nothing, but together our minds fuse into something whose power is far beyond the power of its separate parts. By not being separate, the mind of God is established in ours as ours. The mind is invincible because it is undivided. That does ring true to how we're all united. We're all one. The undivided will of the sonship. And if we have these separated minds with these separated perceptions and separate egos, of course, then we'll always be in conflict. We'll always be in conflict with one another and never be achieving this will of the sonship that is talking about here. So let's get together, be more united, carrying on. The undivided will of the sonship is the perfect creator, being wholly in the likeness of God, whose will it is. You cannot be exempt from it if you are to understand what it is and what you are. By the belief that your will is separate from mine, you are exempting yourself from the will of God, which is yourself. Yet to heal is to still make whole. Therefore, to heal is to unite with those who are like you, because perceiving this likeness is to recognize the Father. If your perfection is in Him and only in Him, how can you know it without recognizing Him? The recognition of God is the recognition of yourself. There is no separation of God and his creation. You will realize this when you understand that there is no separation between your will and mine. Let the love of God shine upon you by your acceptance of me. My reality is yours and his. By joining your mind with mine, you are signifying your awareness that the will of God is one. God's oneness and ours are not separate because his oneness encompasses ours. To join with me is to restore his power to you because we are sharing it. I offer you only the recognition of his power in you, but in that lies all truth. As we unite with him. Glory be to the union of God and his holy sons. All glory lies in them because they are united. The miracles we do bear witness to the will of the Father the miracles we do bear witness to the will of the Father for his Son and to our joy in uniting with his will for us. When you unite with me, you are uniting with the ego, without the ego, because I have renounced the ego in myself and therefore cannot unite with yours. Our union is therefore the way to renounce the ego in you. The truth in both of us is beyond the ego. Our success in transcending the ego is guaranteed by God. And I share this confidence for both of us and all of us. I bring God's peace back to all his children because I received it of him for all of us. Nothing can prevail against our united wills because nothing can prevail against God's. This is, of course, if you haven't already known, this is a channel text from Christ, Jesus, Jeshua. And what he's saying here is as he has already denied his ego, recognizes his true self. That's what he's asking everybody else to do who's reading this, who's understanding this, and who recognizes themselves in God and recognizes themselves as a part of God, not separate from God, one with God. The ego will tell you that you are not part of God. You are separated. You have a different will. You have different missions and plans than what God's will is for you. But he's saying here, as clear as day, separate yourself from that ego as he separated himself from that ego. And he cannot reunite with you and your ego if you're still recognizing yourself as that ego. So in order to be united with his mind, his will for you, is to wholly let go of the ego's mind, the ego's separated will for you. Where was I? Carrying on. Would you know the will of God for you? Ask it of me, who know it for you, and you will find it. I will deny you nothing as God denies me nothing. Ours is simply the journey back to God, who is our home. Whenever fear intrudes anywhere along the road to peace, it is because the ego has attempted to join the journey with us and cannot do so. Sensing defeat and angered by it, the ego regards itself as rejected and becomes retaliative. That reminds me of once when I actually told myself I am denying my ego. I am cutting it off. I'm killing it. I'm shutting it down. And the ego came back in me, very retaliative, like I said here, very angered, very retaliative of me denying it and not recognizing it, not acknowledging it. Yeah. Long story short, my bad habits resurfaced from me denying my ego. Very retaliative it was. So I don't believe the point of it is to totally let go of your ego. This is what I've heard a lot of us. Not totally let go of your ego, but actually merge with your ego. Not merge your ego, but merge your ego and your spiritual self together and become like that yin yang kind of thing. The darkness and the light There'll always be one, but the your ego is your personality, that which you have, that which you are, physical form. And you will use that with your spirit to have this greater personality, this more aware personality, right? But for me, that was how my ego is resurfaced, all retaliative, very retaliative. Coming back to where we were. You are invulnerable to its retaliation because I am with you. On this journey, you have chosen me as your companion instead of the ego. Do not attempt to hold on to both, or you will try to go in different directions and will lose the way. He's telling me I can't hold on to my ego. I'm not even holding on to the ego. I am, like I said, merging the two and creating the spirit body. Carry on. The ego's way is not mine, but it is also not yours. The Holy Spirit has one direction for all minds, and the one he taught me is yours. Let us not lose sight of his direction through illusions, for only illusions of another direction can obscure the one for which God's voice speaks in all of us. Never accord the ego the power to interfere with the journey. It has none, because the journey is the way to what is true. Leave all illusions behind and reach beyond all attempts of the ego to hold you back. I go before you because I am beyond the ego. Reach therefore for my hand because you want to transcend the ego. My strength will never be wanting, and if you choose to share it, you will do so. I give it willingly and gladly because I need you as much as you need me. And that concludes chapter 8, section 5, the undivided will of the sonship. So it sounds like I have it all wrong about the ego, of course, right? Totally deny the ego. Have no recognition that the ego is part of you anymore. It was an illusion in the beginning. It'll always be an illusion. It will steer you wrong. It will show you or make you believe you have a separate will than that of the sonship, than that of God. And that will lead you astray from your true path, your natural state of happiness and oneness, okay? That's what I'm taking from this. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you are also wanting to release yourself from your ego, separate yourself from your ego, recognize your true spiritual nature, recognize your oneness with God and all humans and all humanity and all things. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to hear your viewpoints, your perspective of this. So let me know. I will remind you before I leave, though, that this book, let me get it one more time. This book is A Course in Miracles. It is a required course, but the only thing that is not required of it is the length of time you take to complete it. Thank you for reading with me today, and I will see you again the next time.